Good morning, students. So, few days back we have started your chapter 3, that is The Adventures of Don Quixote. And student, today we have proceed towards the end of this story, and let me first read out the last part or the few paragraphs of the story. The long lance struck into one of the whirling sails. With the force, it was swiftly pulled out of the knight's firm grasp. It was whirled into the air and broke. At the same moment, the knight and his horse were thrown rolling upon the ground. Sancho Panza hurried to the place as quickly as his donkey could carry him. His master was lying helpless by the roadside. "Master, didn't I tell you they were windmills?" cried the squire. "Peace, friend Sancho," answered Don Quixote, rubbing the dust from his eyes. "There is nothing so uncertain as war. The wicked magician Freston, who stole my books, has done all this. They were giants, as I told you, but he changed them into windmills so that I should not have the honor of victory. But Sancho, I will have revenge on him in the end." "I believe you," cried Sancho as he dismounted from his donkey. He lifted the fallen knight from the ground. He brought him his shield and his helmet. Then he helped him remount his horse. The sun was now sloping towards the west, and the knight and the squire continued onwards in search of another adventure. So now, student, this is the end of the story. Now, let me give you a short summary of the last part of the story. So in the last class, we got to know that Don Quixote, he rushed towards the nearest windmill with Rosinante in order to hurt it. Now, the lance of Don Quixote, it banged into the moving sails of the windmills. As a result, the lance of the knight, it pulled out of his grasp in a quick manner. Then it just moved around in the air and broke down into two pieces. At the same time, the knight and the horse were thrown rolling upon the ground. Seeing that, Sancho Panza, the squire, hurried to the place as quickly as possible of the roadside where his master was lying helplessly. Sancho Panza told his master that he had already informed him that these were windmills and not giants. But Don Quixote, he didn't agree to him. Instead, he made up a new story. He answered him, his assistant, that earlier these were all giants, but later on the evil magician Freston, who had earlier stole his books, now had turned these giants into windmills, so that Don Quixote, he could not have the honor of victory. So student, this was the story that Don Quixote made up while he got hurt. So then Sancho Panza, he told his master that he believes him. He had full faith on his master. And as Don Quixote told Sancho that one day he will take revenge on the magician Freston. Then Sancho Panza lifted the knight from the ground after getting off from his donkey. After some time, again the knight, Don Quixote, and his squire, Sancho Panza, they started their journey in search of any other adventures. So, student, that's it. Today we have finished the story of the adventures of Don Quixote, and I hope that you all have understood this interesting story. Now, student, here I have included the word meanings that I have found difficult in the paragraphs that we have read in the last class, and they are: number one, harshly, which means in an unpleasant or rough manner. The number two is spurred, which means encouraged to go fast. The number three is briskly, which means in an active, quick, or energetic way. Then, lance, meaning a weapon with a long wooden handle and a pointed metal end. And the last one is shield, which means a broad piece of metal used as a protection against blows or missiles. So, student, as you all have got to know that we have finished the story of Adventures of Don Quixote, and here I have included the home assignment of today's class. Please note it down in your classwork copy and try to do it by yourself. And students, I will give you the answer of this question after few classes. Now student, this is the end of our today's class. Again we shall meet tomorrow. Thank you so much.